You know they're not good for you. You know, deep down in your gut, that every time they walk out that door, a part of you shatters. You feel the break, the splintering of your own heart, and you swear to yourself, never again. But then, the moment they come back, knocking on that same door, you open it. Without hesitation, you tell yourself it's love. You convince yourself that this roller coaster, this cycle of breaking and mending, is just what passionate, all-consuming love feels like. But in the quiet moments, when the high of their return fades, you know it's something else. So, why? Why do you keep going back? Why do you keep choosing the person who breaks you? Here's the truth no one ever tells you. It's the dark, uncomfortable secret hiding beneath the surface of what you call love. You don't stay because of love. You stay because you are terrified of what happens when they're gone for good. Because when they leave, the silence is deafening. It's not just quiet. It's an active, roaring void that forces you to face yourself. It forces you to confront the emptiness, the parts of you that still ache from wounds long before they ever came along, the parts you've been running from. Toxic love doesn't start with control or manipulation from the other person. It starts within you. It starts with fear, the primal fear of being alone, the gnawing fear of not being enough on your own, the deep-seated, paralyzing fear that no one else will ever choose you the way they do, even if their way of choosing you is destructive. You've mistaken their intense, chaotic presence for profound connection, because the alternative, facing your own inner silence, feels so much scarier. Their presence, no matter how painful, becomes a shield against yourself. You think you're in love with them, but let's be brutally honest for a moment. What you really love is the way they make your own pain feel familiar. You love the intoxicating rush of being wanted, even if that feeling is immediately followed by the sting of being hurt. It's a predictable pattern, a script you know by heart. You love the chaos, because genuine peace feels foreign and unsettling. Peace requires you to sit still with your thoughts, but chaos keeps you constantly distracted, constantly moving. You love the chase, because being still feels empty. Standing in one place means you have to look around at your own life, and maybe you don't like what you see. Here's the hardest pill to swallow. You don't actually miss them. You miss the version of yourself you became around them. You miss the person who was constantly fighting, proving, and striving for their affection. You miss the adrenaline junkie who survived on the highs and lows. That's the real addiction no one talks about. It's not an addiction to a person. It's an addiction to a feeling, a role you got to play. It's an addiction to the drama that kept you from having to deal with the quiet, mundane, and sometimes painful reality of your own inner world. You don't need them to feel loved. What you truly need is to feel safe with yourself. You need to learn how to be your own sanctuary, because no one, absolutely no one, can fill the empty spaces inside you that you refuse to sit with. You can't outsource your self-worth. You can't expect another person to build a home in the parts of you that you've abandoned. Their love, no matter how grand it seems in fleeting moments, is just a temporary patch on a foundation that needs real work. Healing doesn't mean you have to erase them from your memory or pretend the relationship never happened. It means remembering who you were before the pain, before you learned that love had to be earned, that it had to hurt, that it had to be a constant battle. It means choosing the quiet stillness of your own company over the loud, destructive chaos of their presence. It means choosing peace over familiar patterns. It means choosing yourself, not just for survival, but for thriving. It means choosing to build a life that feels good from the inside out, not one that just looks good from the outside in. One day, you won't feel that jolt of anxiety or hope when your phone buzzes. You won't crave their return. You won't measure your worth by how long someone decides to stay. You won't see their departure as a reflection of your value, because you'll remember a fundamental truth that got lost along the way. You were never hard to love. You were just trying to love yourself through someone else. You were using them as a mirror to see a reflection you thought you needed, and that is the dark, hidden reason you stayed for so long. It was never about them. It was about you. But here's the beautiful paradox. That same truth, as dark as it feels, is also the very thing that will finally set you free. It's the key that unlocks the door, not for them to come back in, but for you to finally walk out and not look back. There's a quote that says, The truth isn't always beautiful, but it will always free you. Acknowledging this isn't easy, but it's the first step toward a love that doesn't break you, starting with the love you give to yourself. Thank you for spending this time with me. If this resonated with you, please consider subscribing for more content that helps you find your way back to yourself. You've got this.